Hi guys, so today I have quite a different video for you guys, and that's because I feel like what I want to talk about today is really important, and I just feel like it's something that I have an opinion on that I really want to share with you guys, and that is bullying. I'm not talking about how bullying is wrong. I think that everyone knows that bullying is wrong and that we're not supposed to do it, but I obviously have grown up in the same kind of situation that a lot of you guys have grown up in, and that is that bullying isn't just this one thing and it's the same for everyone and it's some kid beating you up during lunch. It's not like that anymore. And bullying has come to encompass so many different realms that it's frightening and it's crippling. And you can get bullied when you're at home, when you're sitting behind a computer screen. You can get bullied when you're sitting in science class. You can get bullied by your best friends in a group text, in an email chain, in so many different ways, to your face, behind your back. It's one of the worst things, I think, growing up as a kid, to have to deal with bullying and to have it come at you in so many different directions. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that, and I'm going to share with you guys my bullying stories, or just a couple of them that I think might resonate more with you guys, because I, like basically everyone else in this world, has been bullied. And I just want to start off by saying that I am totally okay with sharing these stories with you guys. A lot of these are probably like 8 years old, 6 years old, something in that time frame. And I think that one of the things that I want to tell you guys without a doubt is that down the road, you guys will get over this. Whatever grade you guys are in, whatever point of your life you are in, you will find another point in your life where you're not going through the same thing. And I'm not saying that you're never ever going to feel bullied or singled out in your life again, but I am saying that you are not going to have to deal with the people that you are dealing with right now. The pain will get better and you will not be in the same situation that you are in now, and I can promise you that. So I want to tell you guys about this story that I went through when I was in 6th grade. So basically in 6th grade, I switched schools and I was finding all new friends, and I didn't know anyone at the school that I started going to, which was middle school. Like I said, I didn't really have that many friends, and I started off being friends with this one group of girls, and I had lunch with them. So for the whole first 2-3 months, I want to say, I was eating with these 10 girls at a table, but eventually we started to split up. We went our separate ways. They still were my friends, and they were actually the people that got me through this time that I actually became bullied. So come December, I decided to switch lunch tables, and I was gonna sit with these other 10 girls that were supposedly my new friends. And I was friends with a couple of them, getting to know the other girls. They started to kind of tell me that I couldn't sit with them anymore. And I think that everyone knows this, like Mean Girls attitude of you can't sit with us and stuff. And now that I've thought about it, I've never really resonated the connection between that. But basically what happened was these girls told me, you weren't with us at the beginning of the year, so you can't sit at our table now because, the lunch lady is gonna come after us. That was their excuse. And I said, the lunch lady is not gonna come after us for one person. If you want, I can ask them if I can keep sitting here. I mean, if that's what it comes down to. And so the girls chickened out saying anything to my face. So after I had presented the situation and I kind of forgot about it in my mind, I had math class with basically all of these girls. So what happened was, during math class, one of the girls alone decided to write me a letter in highlighter, let me add, and wrote a couple of the girls' names wrong. So that just shut the letter down to me altogether, was that this girl couldn't even spell people's names right. Basically, they wrote me a letter kicking me out of their lunch table. At the time, I think it was just something really upsetting to me, because I left these girls that I was friends with to go and sit with another table of girls, and they just wanted to kick me out. So when I went up, because it was this one girl that wrote me a letter and then gave it to me signed by all these other people, clearly in her handwriting, I was like, okay, well, just one girl wants to kick me out. So one by one, I went up to the 8 to 10 different girls that were written on this list, And I just kind of straight up asked them. I was like, do you guys not want me to sit with you? Like, what is this? Like, I got this letter. Clearly only one girl wrote it. So did you know about this? Like, did you not defend me? What happened? And every single girl first started by denying the letter. I think that only one girl actually flat out told me that she knew and that she agreed with it. And she stuck to the whole, like, we're gonna get in trouble thing. But that clearly was not it. These girls just did not want me at their tables. You know, I mean, that's fine. If they wanted to be mean, I was just gonna take it. I honestly didn't say anything about it. I was really PO'd and I was really mad and angry and upset and hurt that these girls did this to me, that these people were supposed to be my friends, but at the end of the day, I was going to be okay, and I knew that. I think that the epitome of this was, I remember taking this note. One of the girls that was supposed to be my best friend, that I thought like was my best friend, when she denied having anything to do with that letter, I crumpled it up and I threw it into her locker. And I said, you know what? I'm not gonna sit with you guys anymore. I don't need you. I don't need friends like this. And the one thing that I regret was that I didn't hold on to the letter, because that just allowed them to throw it out and get away with it. But the funniest thing to me was that these girls who were in fact the bullies, I don't think anyone can deny the fact that they were bullies, then went to the guidance office and tried to tell them that I was in the wrong. And the guidance counselors laughed in their faces and said, I can't believe that you guys think that you are right to kick a girl out of your lunch table that you're supposed to be friends with. Because it wasn't like any of them, I mean, I don't know, maybe they thought I was a loser, maybe I was a loser, who cares? But the point is that they were told that they were wrong. They all had to come and apologize to me and invite me back to their table, at which point I said, I don't need you guys. I still don't need you guys. I stand by that. I can't believe that you guys actually thought that that was right. And I called it quits at that point. And, you know, I never really became friends with those girls again. I was still obviously friendly with them. I still have no hard feelings towards them. I mean, I know some of them very personally. Like, I can't tell you guys how minimal that kind of thing is in the long run, how much it has not made me any kind of weaker. If anything, it has just made me stronger. If someone treats you wrong, or if someone is rude to you, or someone is bullying you and singling you out and it's a whole group, you do not need those people in your life whatsoever. Now, another story that I have for you guys is kind of more of the classic bullying. There was a kid on my bus ride home. Again, I was a new kid in the school. Everyone who had been on this bus route with me had been on the same bus route with the same people for their whole life. So when I came, this little nerdy 6th grader with curly hair and glasses and braces, I mean, I clearly was not going to be the coolest kid on the bus, and there were a lot of those middle school cool kids on my bus. If you guys don't know this, I am half Asian, I'm Chinese, and so one of the kids who, let me just add that this kid was also technically my neighbor, decided that it would be funny to tell everyone that because I was Chinese, I went home and I ate dogs for dinner. And that was one of the things that really upset me the most out of anything. I don't know why. I think it's just because, one, that is entirely racist. I mean, it was just like every day when I got on the bus, this kid would scream this at me, and he would say to everyone on the bus, and I said, I don't understand what you're even saying. Like, you don't know me. Like, I just could not deal with it. So every day this kid would say stuff to me, and for the first couple of months, I kept saying stuff back to him and I kept fighting it. And I realized I was not getting anywhere. This kid clearly had some sort of issue with himself, that he had to pick on a poor little girl every single day, and he was my age. What I ended up doing was, every day when I get on the bus, I would just ignore him. I wouldn't really pay him any attention. I would just say whatever you want, but that's not true. And, you know, if someone believed it, then they were just really, really stupid for believing something that a 6th grader was telling them about the new girl on the bus. So that was, again, in middle school. Some of the worst bullying I think that I ever went through was just from friends. And I think that friend bullying is kind of the hardest thing to deal with, because friend bullying doesn't necessarily ever stop, no matter what age you're at. But there has to be a limit to you know, how much bullying you can take from your friends, and whether it's really funny or whether it's just kind of hurtful. But friend bullying, I think, is the easiest thing that you can overcome, because you have two options. If you have a really good friend, then you can tell them that they're bullying you and they'll stop. Or if you have a bad friend that's bullying you, then, I mean, obviously just cut them out of your life. And that's something that I have done plenty and plenty of times. I had a friend who was my best friend in middle school and high school, and in high school it came to the point in our lives when guys were kind of paying attention to us, and not only guys but all these other people, she would just tear me down right in front of them, and she would kind of pick me as the point of conversation to like make fun of and to unite her and her new friends, and I just was not taking it. So after I told her that she was kind of being mean to me, I waited for her to apologize, and she never did. So at that point I said, once again, the same thing that I did in 6th grade. I told myself that I didn't need her and I cut her out of my life. I just want to juxtapose that to now, when I still feel like my friends might be picking on me or using me as like a common ploy to just kind of have like some sort of joking moment. I know that they don't mean it meanly, but if it still gets under your skin, it still is a form of bullying. I have just told them that they're upsetting me and that they're hurting my feelings, and that I'm really taking it personally. And now the friends that I have now, they apologize. They say that, you know, they never meant for it to be that way. And if you have a true friend, then they're gonna say something like, tell me if I ever do that again, and I won't, because I don't want to make you feel that way. And that is the truth. After telling you my different stories, and those are just a couple, if you guys want more of these bullying videos, I could definitely come up with other times that I was bullied in my life, maybe more severely, maybe less severely. But there's something that I really want to tell you guys about this, and that is these stories. I mean, while I've been saying them right now, they've kind of been harsh because it's the first time that I've really thought about them in the last couple of years. And when I do let it back in, it is kind of upsetting once again that someone was so mean to me and that someone, you know, treated me that way. I am honestly such a happy person. I am such a confident person because I took all of those awful things that people have done to me, all of the ways that people treated me poorly, and I just kept telling myself, this is not worth it. It is not worth it to let this awful person into your life, this person that's supposed to be your friend, this complete and total stranger, get under your skin. Why? What importance or what kind of power do they have over me to tell me that I'm not good enough? The thing that I always come back to whenever I feel like someone is picking on me, the reason why people bully and the reason why people say mean things is because they have something that they are missing in themselves, and they have something that they are sad about and that really tears them up. And you know, now when I look back, I really feel bad, because I know that that kid that bullied me on the bus, he was really self-conscious and he had a really hard time growing up, and I saw it the next couple years where people were mean to him too. And those girls at the table, they just wanted to be the cool girls, and you know, they wanted to feel like they had the power to kick someone out of their table. And they wanted the power to say like, we're cool enough to reject people, and they weren't. And you know, those friends that bullied me, they lost their other friends because they did the same things to them, because they weren't confident enough to, you know, make jokes about themselves along with jokes about other people. If they have that joking sense about everyone, then yeah, jokes are okay. But when you're pointing them at one person, it's really bullying. And you know, that just sucks, because it shows that you don't have the confidence in yourself if you have to tear down other people to get them at your level. Another thing that I want to tell you guys is something that someone had once told me. Being the bully is 10 times worse than being the person that is bullied. Next thing that I'm about to say is something that is so true. If you say something mean to someone, that person is going to forget the mean comment, whether it be in a week, whether it be in 10 minutes, whether it be in a month or a year or 10 years. But that person that said that mean comment is always going to remember. And in 10 years or in however long, when they realize that they did something wrong, they will always remember that they did the bad thing, that they were the mean person, and they will have to live with that choice forever. I want you to think about the comments that you've left on YouTube. You know, like it's really funny to me that YouTubers respond to mean, angry comments, but it also kind of makes me happy, because those people that leave the mean comments, even if you didn't intend for it to be mean, because you know, it was it was like a comment that you thought would just get ignored, but then someone saw it, you're never going to leave a mean comment again, because you realize that it's hurting someone's feeling, and you're always going to remember that comment back and back in your head, that that person said that you were being mean on their channel, or they blocked you or whatever. If you leave 10,000 nice comments though, you know, you're not always going to remember those. You're going to remember the evil one. But the people who are making the YouTube videos, they love all of the great comments, and they can really overlook all of the awful ones. And that is exactly what happens with bullying. So if you guys are getting bullied right now, I want you to know that in whatever amount of time, you're gonna get over this, and you are going to be a stronger person for going through this. And you are definitely not alone in being bullied. I'm telling you right here that I have been through it, you have been through it. I'm sure that your sister or your brother has been through it, or your cousin, or your neighbor, or your best friend, or even one of your parents. And if you guys are ever being bullied and you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to, I want you to Instagram me, tweet me, comment it on one of my videos. Whatever you want to do, reach out to someone. If it's not me, just reach out to someone, and just know that you are not at all whatever someone is saying about you. However they are treating you, you do not deserve it. And you will 100% come out the better for it if you do not let it get to you, and if you just wipe it off your shoulder and tell yourself, like I did all of those times, that you do not deserve this and that you are so much better than it, because they clearly do not know what is good for them if they're going to pick on someone and bully them in whatever way it is, whether it's on the web, whether it's in person, whether it's behind your back, whether it's to your crush or someone. And just know that the people out there doing the bullying, they are doing it for a reason that is so unconnected to you. For whatever reason, it has nothing to do with you personally. They might be jealous of you. They might be having a hard time at work. Or not at work, but at home or at school, or maybe it is at work. But the problem is not necessarily you. I mean, if they're jealous of you, it's kind of about you, but it's like a good thing about you that they're jealous of. So it's not you being bad, it's you being amazing. And you know, just do not let it get to you. That is the thing that I want you guys to know from this video, is that you guys will not have this pain stuck with you. You guys will make it through this, and you guys can, and you guys are so amazing and so worth it. So I think that that is all that I'm going to say. Hopefully when I play this back to myself, I feel like I've really hit all the points that I wanted to, because I didn't want to go into this having a script. I wanted to go into this being really raw and natural with you guys. And it's not the kind of video that I've ever put out on my channel before, but with 3,000 followers, I finally decided that it was time for me to reach out to you guys, because you guys are my friends. And if you guys ever feel like you are being bullied in any way, no matter how small or how big, you are worth it. And I want you to know that everyone goes through it in some way, and that you are not worthless, or you are not whatever this person's telling you. So if you guys come back, my next video will probably be a happy makeup one, and my last one was. So if this video depressed you, go and check out one of those, and you can laugh at how weird I am in them. So I will see you guys in my next video, and I'll talk to you then. Bye!